Well, let me start by asking if there is any issue with the last thing that we did. I mean, the Cartesian parametric stuff. Any question from anybody? Any need for clarification? Can we go over 44C? Leo, is that part of the task to be submitted? If that is part of the task to be submitted, I suggest, let me see. I'll just maybe explain some cue, give you some clue rather than going over the entire question, because once we do the entire question, there is no point having it as a graded activity, if you get what I mean. Okay, so 44C, where's that again? Okay, should be on WeChat, right? Okay. What do you mean 44C? There is only one 44. Leo, what do you mean by 44C? Oh, I was talking about Cartesian worksheets and you brought in something else. Be more clear next time. Remember, I mentioned about Cartesian and you brought in, if you're bringing in something else, be more descriptive about it. Now, oh, okay, we are referring to the previous upload, not the last one. Worksheet 15, I'm opening that now. 44C. Okay. Does anybody want to give us a clue? Turn on your mic and give us some explanation, please. "44C says," see. All right, so I'm going to share my screen now, show you what I can see. The 44C that is talking about. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, good. All right, so this is 44C. So, anyone? I'm sure a lot of you have done it. 2 points, -2, 4, and 1, 3 lie on the circle. That's a circle. Find 2 equations in A, B, and C and solve the equations. Explain why there are infinitely many solutions. Suppose 4 and Q, 4, Q also lie on the circle. Find the value of Q, for which the system of equation has no solution. In ABC has no solution. Explain this geometrically. Then find the equation of the circle when Q is equal to 12. So, Leo, so what exactly is the issue with that? Have you done, I assume you have done A and B for asking of C. I will need response, please, so we can move forward. I don't want to just talk to myself. You said 44C, so I ask, have you done A and B? Because that is how you can get C solution. Yes, you have done A and B. Okay, good. All right. So for A and B, yes, can I have contributions from people? What happens in C? So basically, Leo, you are going to have to form another equation using 4 and Q. So now you'll be having a 3 by 3 problem. So I just give you a clue, then you can try it again. Let me know. Is Leo the only one having issue with 44, or is there someone else who has issue with 44? Okay, there's a lot of me too. Okay, so it's a good thing that Leo raised it. Okay, so going through 44, we have equation of a circle, x squared plus y squared. So this is problem 44. On worksheet 15. Okay. So x squared plus y squared plus ax plus by plus c. So this is the equation of the circle, x squared plus y squared plus ax plus by plus c equals 0. So we have minus 2, 4, and 1, 3, and 4, q. So for minus 2, 4, so if you put minus 2 and 4, you get minus 2 squared 4 squared plus a minus 2 b4 c equals 0. Right? So this is minus 2. So this implies what's equation for plus 16 minus 2a plus 4b plus c equals 0. Okay. So the equation we can get from here is negative 2a plus 4b plus c equals to negative 20. Is that clear? For those of you that have done it, am I right? Come on, guys. You know I don't like absolute silence in my class. As far as I'm concerned, I'm talking to everybody. Is that clear? Refers to those that are asking for help. I said for those that have done it, am I right? It means you have to check what I've done with what you did and respond. I do not like absolute silence in my class. Thank you. Okay, so let's look at the second equation from 1, 3. We have the following: 1 squared plus 3 squared plus a times 1 plus b times 3 plus c equals 0. This implies 1 plus 9 plus a plus 3b plus c equals 0. And there we have equation plus 3b plus c equals -10. So that's the second equation. So find two equations in terms of and solve the system. All right. I've just found the two equations. So we're going to put it together now. So the system is -2a plus 4b plus c equals -20. A plus 3b plus c equals -10. In augmented matrix form. View, and those that haven't done it, we have that. So when you solve this system, actually there was no instruction about row operation. Okay, so there can be so many ways of solving the system. Okay, because this is, but we're going to have to use row operation. So let's see. We can't have a 3 by 3 row operation format. We just have to try to maybe eliminate everything here and see. So if I want to make this 0, maybe 0, 0, 1. Okay, I want to do 0, 0, 1 or 0, 1, 0. We want to make sure only 1 remains here. Okay, and in fact, we want to make sure this is 1 as well. So we can flip first. For those of you that did it, which one did you do? Did you try to make this 0 and leave only one of them? Or you flip first? You flip, interchange first, okay? Yeah, I was thinking of that too. Maybe we'll try to solve this problem. So if you interchange, I'll put the chart somewhere else so I can monitor what you're typing in. So this becomes 1, 3, 1, -10, -2, 4, 1, -20. Okay, and what we did was to do row 1. So it doesn't matter where you put this. You can put it in row 1, you can put it in row 2. Okay, so that's that. After we had flipped, just a sec. Okay, after we flipped, I believe you can still see me, right? I'm trying to manage my screen here. Okay, good. So after we flipped, this last adjustment, sorry. So what can we do next after we flipped? We can make this 0 first. To make that 0, so you multiply this by 2 and add. Okay, so basically we're going to multiply row 1 by 2 and add it to row 2, and that becomes our new row 2. Understood? So if you multiply this by 2, you get 2 minus this, you get 0. So I'm going to ask this to remain. Then this will be 0. So multiply this by 2, that's 6, and add to this, that's 10. Multiply this by 2, that's 2, and add to this, that's 3. Multiply that by 2, that's negative 20, and add, that's negative 40. So what we did here was to multiply row 1 by 2 and add to row 2. And that is our new row 2. Understood? Let me know if there's an error so far. Okay. So let's try to make either this 0 or this 0. I would say this is easier. What I'm trying to do, remember there are so many formats of this thing we can get. You can either have maybe 0, 1, 0, or 0, or 0, 0, 1. Remember this? As long as only one of them has 1. You guys remember this? From, I'm trying to see if I can get which class we did it. I wouldn't know, there have been so many classes. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying here. Okay, good. All right, so trying to find the board of which class we did that. Okay, so I think it's easier to make this part 0 than this, because it's either we go all the way 30, that's a huge number, but if you can just multiply this by negative 3 and add, then this becomes 0. But if you multiply this by negative 3 and add, oh, this becomes negative 3 again. Okay, but what if we multiply this by 10 and this by 0 and add? Are you guys seeing what I'm saying here? Because the moment this becomes 0, this changes again. And we're trying to avoid that. Talk to me, guys. Did you guys notice something else when you were doing it, or were you able to get this? Was it impossible to get both zeros here? Somehow impossible, the way I'm looking at it. Yes, talk to me, please. Those that have done it, what do you notice here? Was it possible to get 0, 1, 0 or 0, 0, 1? Okay, Karen said R1 minus 2R1. No, you can't use R1, R1. Okay, R1 minus 2R2. So how will that do anything? R1 minus twice this. R1 minus twice this. So that would be negative 1. R1 from previous step. You mean this? You mean this one? Oh, okay. Okay, Karen is suggesting from here, R1 minus twice this. So how would that help us? Let's see. R1, that is 1 minus twice this. How does that give us what we need? So what would this row become? So what would be the new R2? Or are you changing it to the new R1? Can you write this step of R1 minus 2R2 again, Karen? The operation, can you write the operation you are recommending clearly again? Let's try. Your method might be what we need. Can you write it again in the chat like you did? Or please talk to the mic and walk me through what you're saying. Talk to the mic, please. Thank you.
Can I take a picture of what I wrote?
Hello. Oh.
Hello. Can I take a picture of what I wrote?
Okay, I can hear you now. Sorry, I put my volume down. I hope you guys can hear me. And I hope my recording has not been rubbish all along because my volume was way down. Okay, so I can hear you. Okay, so hopefully my mic and my recording is intact too. Anyways, so volume, Karen, can you talk to me now?
Wait, can't we? Wait.
The R1 minus 2R2 is my question. If that method worked, let's hear you repeat that.
I took a photo of what I wrote and sent you in WeChat.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my phone is not here. Checking now. Oh, so you reduced it to 2 by 2 equation.
Yes, I think so. But I don't know if that works.
Okay, so but let's see what the question is asking why we have infinitely many solutions. Okay, so I would say your method is okay because this equation gives you the same thing. Like the 2 becomes the same, right? The 2
Yes.
becomes the same. Okay. Another way that I'm thinking is the underspecified situation, because you can see that it is underspecified system, right? If you look at it clearly, this is 2 equations and 3 variables. So we can only go parametric form. Okay, so let's attempt to solve it according to this. So solve the system of the equation and explain why there are infinitely many. All right. Class, do you understand what we're talking about here? So what Karen has said, did you send it to the group? Okay, so send to me. I'm going to share with the group now. Just a sec. So check your WeChat, everybody. That's what Karen sent in. So using that operation, she got equivalent equations. So just one is just a negative of the other, basically. So with this, it's more or less having one equation in 2 variables, which is the same, Karen, as what we have right now, having 2 equations in 3 variables. Do you agree? So in any case, it's going to be, but let's try to solve it. We can all see now that we have to do it in parametric form. So my point is, since we can't go any further, let's try to make sure maybe one of them could be 1. Let's see if that is possible without affecting the others. So we can make, how can we make this 1? If we multiply this by 2 and subtract, but then this comes back again, multiply this by 2 and subtract, this comes back to -2, this comes back to, so I don't think we can. Do you understand? If we multiply by 2 and subtract to have 1 here, we're not gonna have 1 here. Okay, so what we can do is just to leave it at this form and introduce our t. Okay, let's introduce our t. So we're now left with x plus y. Is it x? No, a. A plus b plus 3b plus c equals -10, and 10b plus 3c equals -40, something like that. Okay, please tell me if you are able to do it better. Let's share that idea. So from here, if we let C be T, okay, let C be T, then 10B plus 3T equals negative 40, such that 10B equals negative 40 negative 3T, which implies that and from equation 1, A plus 3B plus C equals negative 10. If you substitute your B and C, then you should be able to get A. Questions? Everyone, did you notice something I did wrong? Please let me know. Any questions? Class, any question? Oh God. The silence is frustrating, guys. Come on. All right. So I think that is, so now explain, you have just solved, explain why there are infinitely many solutions, then you can talk about, we have 2 systems and 3 variables if you use this approach. Karen, in your own case, say you have been able to reduce to the 2x2 equations, which are the same. So which means you have one equation in 2 variables, and as a result, you can only get infinitely many solutions. So you can explain in that line. So either way, now this is A and B. So let's look at the C. 4, Q happens to be on the same circle. Four comma Q happens to be on the same circle. The circle again is x squared plus y squared ax by plus c equals to 0. If 4 comma Q is on the circle, it implies 4 squared plus Q squared A times 4 BQ C 0 16 Q squared 4A Q C 0. Now 4A plus BQ plus C negative 16 negative Q squared. So that's your equation 3. So the instruction says find the value of Q for which the system of the equation has no solution. For you to find the value of Q, you need to now bring the 3 together. So at first you have negative 2A negative 2A plus B, I guess, plus 4B plus C. Equals negative 20. A plus 3B plus C equals negative 10, I think. A plus 3B plus C equals negative 10. And now we have 4A plus BQ plus C equals that. So that's a new system. Now in augmented matrix form, Then we're going to have to flip row 1 and row 2. So what we have done is row 1 and row 2 interchanged. Questions? No? Okay. So we move on. All right. Now we are trying to work towards no solution. Our objective will be to try to find the equation, right? That's always been the objective. So we need to make this 0 to start with. To make it 0, multiply by 2 and add. So basically, you're going to multiply row 1 by 2 and add to row 2. And that's your new row 2. So let's see, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, so multiply by 2, you have 2, then you have 0. Multiply by 2 and add, and you have 10. Multiply by 2 and add, you have 3. And you have minus 40. Then for this, you multiply by negative 4 to row 3. Got it? So for the row 3, you have multiplied by negative 4 and add, you have 0. Multiply by negative 4, that's negative 12 and add, so you have q minus 12. Multiply by negative 4 and add, you have negative 3. Multiply by negative 4, that's minus 40. Add to negative 16 negative q squared. You have minus 56 minus q squared. So the operation we have performed on this are as follows. So the two operations for this is 2r1 plus r2. Yeah, negative 4r1 plus r2, r3 is now the new r3. So let's move further. Again, we are pretending to solving the problems. This has to be 0. So for that to be 0, what do we do? Wait, Mr. Daniel, I think 4r1 is plus 40. Really? No, negative 4r1. Oh, yes, that's plus 40. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Crystal. So negative 4r1 is plus 40. And when you add to this, that's minus 16 minus q squared. So that should have been 24, right? Yeah, good. Thank you, Crystal. So that will be 24 minus q squared. Thank you so much for that. Please pay attention closely and call me back when I write something wrong. All right, so let's move on. Let's see how to, so to make this 0, we have to deal with 30 because that's the LCM, right? So that will be multiplied by 3, multiplied by 10 and subtract. So basically 10 times R1 minus 3R2. Or you could say 3R2 minus 10R1. It doesn't matter. Okay? So let's see what that becomes. So this will change to row 1 remains the same. I'm going to leave space between them so our writing can be neat because of the third row especially. All right, so let's use this or this one. Which one? One or two? One. Okay. Okay, so let's do 10R1. 10 times that minus 3 times that. Uh-oh, did you guys notice something? Did you guys notice something there? Because the moment this is multiplied by 10, this multiplied by 3, something. Let's try it first. Let's see. Maybe we can have, as long as one of them is 1, it doesn't matter which one. Okay, so 10R1. Or maybe we could target this. No. We don't need to make this, we just need to make this 1. No. Somebody should have said something. Our target is to have 1 something something 0 something something 0 1, sorry, 0 0 1. These are targets, remember? Guys, these are targets. So yes, that's what we need to do. Yes. We multiply by 1/10. That's what we need to do. And in the previous one, we could have done that as well. Just instead of trying to get 1 here or 0 here, we can't get 0 here. Okay, should have multiplied by 1/10. Okay, so 0, this will be 1 when you do 1/10, and this is 3/10. Okay, and 1/10 of this is -4. So what we have done is 1/10 R2 the new R2. So this is the one we'd like to make 0. Or we could make this 0 because this is not a number, right? Agreed? Do you understand? Because you don't want to complicate issues. You don't want to multiply this by R2. So this is not a number. Even though the idea is to have 1, 1, 1 and the rest 0, the idea is to make sure we have maybe 1z equals some number, okay? But that also works if you have 1y, okay? If you have 1y, that also works, okay? Because this is not a number, but this is a number, so we could work with this. So I think that will make life easier. We could try to make this 0 by multiplying by q minus 2, then this 3 and subtract. But by the time you multiply it by q minus 2 and this one by 3, then you have more complicated expression. So we can limit, so this will be 1. Of course, this will be terms of q. We can just work with 1 instead and let this remain terms of q. So let's try to make this 1. And what can we do? We could say 3R1 then plus R3. Okay, so 3R1 is 3 plus R3. No. We use it with this, sorry. Not with R1, with R2. Okay. We have to use it with this because this is 0. We can't use it with 1. We have to use it with this. Actually, we don't need to multiply by anything. So what is that? If you're using it with 2, what's the operation? You're using row 2 to do this. What operation is that? Yes, R2 plus R3, yes. So this is better. So this will be 0, and this is q minus 2, this is 0. Then R2 plus R3 again, this is negative 16. Can I get a response from everybody? Understand or not? Yes for understand, no if you don't understand. Okay, good, okay, good. So again, let me explain this again. Our target is to make this 0. That's why we did this. If we target this to make it 0, you have to multiply 10 by q minus 12, then minus q minus 12 times 10, which means you have to do 10r3 minus q minus 12r2. Now this is going to be so complicated. Okay, the middle one will be 0, of course. Then you have to multiply this by 10. So that will be, no, 10r3 will be minus 30. Then q minus 10r2 will be 3. Then you have to expand these brackets, which is not impossible, but I just thought this is faster. Okay? All right. So let's try to make that 1. If we want to make that 1, then we have to multiply by the reciprocal of what? Reciprocal is 1 over something, okay? So reciprocal of what in R3? Yes, q minus 2. Then this will be 0, this will be 1. This remains 0, do you notice that? This will be minus 16 minus q squared divided by q minus 2. So what we have done is to say 1 over q minus 2 R3 is now the new R3. So with this, you can answer the question. The question says, find the value of q for which this system has no solution. What happens when the system has no solution? The system has no solution when this fraction, right? Actually, we can do that from here, okay? When this is equal to 0. So we don't have to get to this point. Understood? We don't have to get to this point. When, so I write it in 2 ways. I use black ink for this part. So if you stop here, you say the system has no solution when q minus 2 equals 0, which means when q is equal to 2. Who got that? Or if you are able to get to this point, the system has no solution when that fraction does not exist. This implies that when q minus 2 equals 0, and this implies when q is equal to 2. Questions, please. Explain the result geometrically. What does that mean geometrically? Yes, talk to me, everybody. Turn on your mic. What do you understand by that?
Do you explain using the planes?
Using the what?
The planes.
That's it. So explain to us.
So with this system, all 3 aren't ever going to touch at the same time, but they will form lines. But they will form lines with each other. So like maybe row 1 and row 2 will form a line, maybe row 1 and row 3, but never all three at the same time.
Can I say that to be safer, you do not add the last part of your explanation? You said they will form a line when they touch each other. We're not even sure if any of the three planes can touch each other. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
What if all the three planes are parallel? What if they are not parallel? Okay, so I think it is safer to just say geometrically, the three planes do not intersect at a point. Whether they now meet 2 by 2, maybe 1 and 2 meet, 1 and 3 meet, 2 and 3 meet, we do not know. And there's nothing to confirm that, to justify that. It's possible. It is not impossible as well. Okay, it is also impossible. But the best thing to say is the three planes do not intersect at a point. Whether two decide to meet, that is not the issue now, because nothing to justify that yet. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yep.
I also wrote that because I put it on GeoGebra. No, you can't write that in an exam that because you put it on GeoGebra, Lillian. Assuming this is IB and your explanation is because I put it on GeoGebra, and so no, you can't do that. Okay, you can't do that. Check your calculator if your calculator can actually solve this thing for you as well. Okay. All right. So the last part says find the equation of the circle when Q is equal to 12. What do we do? Find the equation of the circle when Q is equal to 12. Now, this is the equation of the circle. How do we find it when Q is equal to 12? Substitute. Substitute what? Substitute Q is equal to 12 into the system. Good. Okay. Stop giving me short answer. Substitute. And yes. Guess what? Okay. Let's give me different short answers. Substitute Q is equal to 12 into the equation. Well, we don't have to put it into the system. You can continue Q is equal to 12 from this point. Okay, from this point especially. Okay, let me use a different color. So from here, put Q is equal to 12 and solve. Okay, put Q is equal to 12 and solve. So even if you have done here, put Q is equal to 12, you can use this as well. So we're going to substitute Q is equal to 12 here. Okay, when Q is equal to 12, Q is equal to 12, let's rewrite this fact. Okay. The last echelon forms becomes so I'm going to take a picture of this so I don't have to keep coming back to this slide. All right, so the last echelon form becomes 1, 1, 3, 1. Solutions to remain -10, 0, 1, 3/10, -4, then 0, 1, 0. So now, instead of -16 minus Q squared divided by Q minus 2, this will be -16 minus 12 squared divided by 12 minus 2. What's that? This is -16 minus 144. What is -16 minus 144? Is that minus 160? Confirm. Minus 16. Please. Someone is checking that. So do I have 16? 16, 160 or 16 or minus 160? Okay, so negative 16 is right. All right, thank you. So with this negative 16, what does that tell us? So this implies this is B. B equals negative 16. This is from row 3. From row 2, B plus 3 over 10 C equals negative 4. So negative 16 plus 3 over 10 C equals negative 4. So 3 over 10 C is negative 4 plus 16. That implies 3 over 10 C negative 12. Positive 12. So 3C equals 120. C equals 40. Yes or no, please? Thank you. And from 1, finally, A plus 3B plus C equals negative 10. From row 1, A is unknown. So negative 10, negative 3B, negative C. So negative 10, negative 3, negative 16, and negative 40. So this implies that A equals negative 10. Is that plus 48? Please check. This is 8, negative 2. So with this, we go back to our equation. Therefore, the equation of the circle x squared plus yx plus squared ax plus by plus c equals 0 becomes x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus what is b minus 16 c 40 equals 0. That's it. Okay. Understood, everyone? All right, I'll look at the solutions, what you have done, those of you that have done it. Well done. If you have not done it, you don't have to turn in this particular one. Okay, don't worry about it. All right. We spend 1 hour reviewing this, but it's good. There's a particular question I want you to do on your own later, guys. Go back to that worksheet 15 that Leo referred to. There is a question, if somebody can find it. Question 29. Question 29. Maybe we just focus on that today, and so we can look at something else later. Look at question 29. I want you to attempt it. Okay. No rule operation here. Or has anyone tried to do it? Has anyone tried to do it? Yes. Is that a yes, I've tried to do it, or yes, what? Tried, okay. Were you able to get it? Nikita, you said tried. Did you get it or you're not sure? I think so. Who else apart from Nikita tried? Can you send in try? I'm talking to the other class, the rest of the class. Who else has tried aside Nikita? Okay, no one? Okay, if you haven't tried, can you signify that you haven't tried it? Okay, didn't try. Okay, thank you. So let's all try it now. Akita, could you send me a picture to my WeChat? What you did? Is that it? Okay, I can hear some stuff now. So everybody try that's 29. Let's see. Then we can review it together. Okay, you got your picture. Okay, you use row operation, did you? No, you didn't. Okay, got it. So you started with substitution method, okay. Perfect. Nakita, so the first one you use substitution. After you reduce to 2 by 2, you use elimination. Now, you're supposed to use substitution throughout, okay? Supposed to use substitution all through. So do not cancel this. Right beside that solution, you can correct that part. Because the method was, the question was being, there's a specific instruction using substitution. That's good. Have you tried B, the elimination part? Can I also have a picture? Okay, did you send that in? Okay, got it. And you got the same results. Wonderful. So I think the elimination is correct. You eliminated Y first, good. You use equation 1. Okay, so with the 2 by 2 equation in terms of equation 1 by 2, then you had equal to 4, you had it to 2, good. Then you consider equation 1 and equation 3. Perfect. Wonderful. Yes, that's the elimination is correct. So adjust the substitution like I said. Make sure you use substitution throughout. So after adjusting that, I will need you to also try the question that has to do with complex number. What do you guys see now? My screen or the board? Screen, okay. So right now it's a PDF application, yes? Okay, all right, so let me try to. So this is the one we're trying right now. So Nakita, when you finish what you're doing right now, I need you to try one of the questions on complex numbers. Did I put that here? Yes. Did I put any 3 by 3 complex number? Let me see. Only 25 as complex number. I thought I put some questions 3 by 3 on complex number. Okay, so we go to 25. So after you attempted 29, please consider 25, maybe 25A. So attempt 29, then go to 25A. Somebody said something. For substitution, we are not allowed to multiple equation, right? What do you mean by that? Mr. Chang, can you talk to the mic? Because once I open the chat, I can't see. We're allowed to, I don't know what you mean. Except for substitution, we are also allowed to multiple equation. Multiply equation 1 for substitution. No, you don't multiply. No, you don't need to multiply is when you want to eliminate. For substitute, you want to make maybe X a subject, put it in something, that's the meaning of substitution. Substitution means replacement. Okay? Understood? All right. Let's make attempt, then we can, in about 5 minutes, so maybe we can. If you have tried something, please send in your practice. Any luck? Are we doing it? Are we stopped? Done. Oh, okay. Can you say something when you are done, guys? Mr. Chang, you want to send me what you did, sir? Received with thanks. Okay. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's correct. So Lillian just checked what you sent me. Nakita, I've seen your adjustments. Well done. Bena, I'm checking your work now. Mm-hmm. So Vena, if you look at your equation 2, 5y plus 5z equals 1, you form that from equation 1 after you substituted x as something. So before you get the system 1 and 2, the system 1 and 2 in Roman numerals, you could divide through by 5 so that when you write equation Roman figure 1 as 9y plus 17z equals 1, your equation 2 will be y plus z equals 1, rather than getting to equation B to realize that. So you could save yourself a lot of stress. But well done. That's right. Okay. Good job, everybody. So try the complex number ones as well. Maybe you can do A, B, C, depending on how far you can go. Remember your knowledge of complex numbers. I should adjust question 20. Somebody already called my attention to it anyway. Question 28, this is AB and this is CD. So this is BY. So I'm going to adjust that and send it back to you. I think somebody mentioned that a few days ago and we all agreed, but I haven't adjusted it in my official documents. Maybe I'll do that now. Then I put the updated version in our Google Drive. So this is B. Okay, another stuff came in. I will have a look. Uh-oh, system hanging. Come on later. Okay, now it's back. So that has been adjusted. Thank you for discussing that. So I just wanted to let you know what we are looking at next. Can everybody see my screen? Because I'm gonna end the class in a few minutes. Okay. Okay, so you can see my screen, all right? Just saw your chat. Trying to make sure I can see your chat. So we'll be looking at this topic. This is topic 2 now. Let's see. It's on chapter 1 here. Something on coordinate geometry. We'll be reviewing that. It's very short. It's about equation of lines. Come on. Okay. Okay, so we're reviewing this chapter. We're now in topic 2, and the first thing is this. We're reviewing this. Some of them you have done before, but I'm not going to assume. So we're not going to leave any stone unturned. Okay, here. So we're looking at equation of line. We start with by trying to recall what gradients are and how to find gradients. Okay, so after that, find equation of line. In addition, we will do sketching the graph. So if you have this, you can draw the graph. Okay, we're not going to like draw plot graph like now. I'll probably just ask you to sketch. Then we look at perpendicular bisector. How do we find equation of perpendicular bisector? So especially A and C, the B is just drawing graph, which we are not going to bother ourselves about. Okay, so just A and C, and that is all about the first part of the compressed syllabus. I think I put the compressed syllabus somewhere. Yeah. So this is topic number 2. So you can see different forms of equation of the straight line, graded intercept form, blah blah blah, parallel and perpendicularity. That is all about 2.1. They're very short and straightforward. One class should be enough. The other class, if you want to do practice, so depending on how fast we can go, one class I think would be enough. Okay. After that, so that can be seen in the small textbook, chapter 1A and C. Okay. After that, we look at concept of function. Well, we spend time on this, particularly because of terminologies like domain and things like that. Okay. Then we look at the concept of functional mathematical model after that. Okay. So we're moving forward bit by bit. I don't think we have too many things that will slow us down here. Some of these are easy stuff. Graph of functions, how to sketch and draw different things. You see, IB said to be aware of this, all right, that there's a difference between drawing and sketching, okay? We use technology, that means your calculator and the online applications. We look at the key features of graph later, maximum, minimum, symmetry, vertex, and things like that. So chapter 2 is not, then interestingly, we'll be looking at this. I may reorder this stuff, okay? I may reorder this stuff. Then solving graph, solving quadratic inequality, discriminant that you have learned before. So all things being equal, this will be faster than topic 1, okay? I see this being faster than topic 1 because these are not all new things to you and they are easy stuff to grasp the concepts. Does that make sense, everyone? Yes? Okay. So this is going to be a more faster and easy topic for us. And by the time we are done with Form 5, it is my wish, okay? It is my wish that we can go to topic number 3. And topic 3 is about trigonometry. Okay, topic 3 is about trigonometry. All right. So please take your time to do the practice that you are doing now. Take your time. If anybody has questions, please say it now before we close the class. We will not start anything new today. Any questions from anyone? Leo? Crystal? Krista Q, Calista, no, all right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll start the topic 1, topic 2 tomorrow, okay? If you have any question, please send to me later. If I do not respond immediately, I promise to respond within the hours, just in case. All right. Thank you. See you. All right. Yeah, I think I'm more, I've rested well now. Thank you so much for your concern. I've rested well now. As a matter of fact, I'm really, really catching up with my grading online. Like the P6, I was like behind in so many grading, and you know their work requires a lot of typing, unlike you guys. We just did the correction here, but today you need to like guide them, type this way. You know, it's a lot of work for the P6. So, and I've been able to at least the ones I've not graded are the ones that they are just submitting now. You can imagine I've even started grading that already. And even my Form 4, I think I'm catching up also. So, which means you'll be hearing from me very soon regarding some of the feedback on your own work as well. And apart from the one we discussed live, there are some that I should have written to you directly through Edmodo. So I've rested well. I'm very, very much okay now. Thank you so much for your concern. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So between now and tomorrow, I can assure you, you probably hear from me as well, sending some feedbacks to you as well, online or through WeChat. I mean, through either Edmodo or WeChat. Okay? I'll see you all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the day.